which was the better heel turn? Hulk Hogan's heel turn at Bash on the Beach in 1996 at WCW, or Roman Reigns' heel turn at SummerSlam in 2020? So this can go a lot of
Mhm.
ways. The better actual heel turn, um, most impactful, and then also what's played out since then. Now Hogan now has almost 30 years of behind now to look at. Roman's only
Yeah.
5 years removed from his. But
Yeah.
Rob, what was, in your opinion, the better heel turn between the two?
Okay.
This is a fun topic.
Well, because one similarity is that they both kind of revived the business and doing,
Different ways, though.
and
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
that's tough, isn't it?
yeah. Well, because I could see with Hogan,
So
it
I'll say,
was,
I, okay, I'll say this much. While you think about it, 'cause I know you're still thinking about it.
yeah,
I'll say as much. I think Hogan was more shocking in a sense because that turn affected everything in the business, not just what we saw after in hindsight, but even in the moment. That got news even in the mainstream news when Hogan turned. I was hearing news stations reporting on this stuff also too at one point in 1996. So it was
yeah.
shocking because we never thought we see Hogan um do this. Now the thing about Roman's heel turn, which is actually on par, and I give it a lot more credit for it now. And I think as the years go on, you'll get more credit too. Also, is that Roman's was shocking because of the moment, because of COVID, because didn't wrestle for a good like 8-9 months, and we heard nothing about him again, and he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere and turned on a dime. Now, I'll say this much though: in hindsight, which has been the better, longer lasting? Which heel turn has had the better longevity? You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Oh, that's Roman easy. I mean,
That's Roman because I think
the
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 NWO was great for a time. It had a good, nice 2 year run. I think 2 years being kind. I think honestly, I think after the Sting matchup because it started in '97, a year and a half after, I think things went to shit after that point.
yeah,
But
because and largely because of the finish of that match.
I think Hogan wins the moment, but in terms of the better story overall and how it's played out in the end, I think Roman wins that one. Do you
Oh
agree with
yeah,
that?
because I mean, just look at all of the things that have branched out of Roman turn.
Yeah, we're still
I
doing
mean,
it now. We're still
with with
dealing with it.
with, with Jay and with Kevin and Sammy and with Drew and then Cody coming back. I mean, and now Punk involved and Seth involved, and I mean, and then the last run with Brock Lesnar in
Yeah,
2022 that they did. I mean, so many things came out of that, and so yeah, the long term, or yeah, the long term story aspect of it is definitely Roman. But as far as like the moment itself, um, yeah, I still think, yeah, I mean, I think if we're talking about the moment itself, I think it's still Hogan because it was, I mean, that was just so jarring that that he did that and then just completely well, because Hogan as a babyface was a much more beloved figure, right? Roman as a babyface was there was that very vocal minority of fans that were very loudly in opposition to him ever being that. Whereas at one time Hogan at one time was a universally loved figure, and um, and he completely just flipped that on its head. And so I think just in the moment, I would still go. And the fact that I mean, people threw trash in the ring, right? That was not a thing that people did, and they were so like real life pissed off about it that. they were throwing, they threw trash in the ring.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a
Sorry guys for the
level.
Wi-Fi being a little funky tonight here. I don't know
No,
why.
but I mean that's a level of
One thing too also.
that's
Also,
a level of real life. Oh,
I
sorry.
think Hogan.
That's a level of real life anger that Hogan engendered by turning. So for that, I think the turn I'll go with Hogan, but the aftermath is definitely Roman.
Hogan wins the moment. Roman wins the overall story in the
Yep.
end. And again, the guys who did Hogan elevate? He didn't elevate anybody. Roman will elevate so many guys.
And that's the thing. I
And that's what
mean,
Roman. Yeah.
I think I mean, again, in the aftermath, so many things have spun out of Roman's turn.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway,